Hello. It's Ayo Babatope, aka Ultimate IMG. I'm a GP in Manchester, and as many of you know, I did the CSA 4 times, and that's how I got the title Ultimate IMG. Right. I've put together a series of videos where I hope to describe how I eventually passed. Now, this one is the first, and it's titled the 15-minute rule. Okay. Now, what do I mean by the 15-minute rule? Okay. You know how, but as soon as you get into ST3, many practice managers and your educational supervisors will be pressuring you to go down to 10 minutes. Okay, they're going to be telling you things like in the CSA, it's you're going to see each patient in 10 minutes anyway, so you might as well go down to 10 minutes to get yourself ready to pass the exams. And many of us by that time were really jittery, we're really anxious, and we just do whatever anybody says, especially if it's your ES telling you that that's what you need to do to get yourself ready. But frankly speaking, I'm sorry, in my experience, this advice is a load of rubbish. Really sorry, but yeah, that's my experience. Okay. Now, if you look at it, in the CSA, you don't do any referrals, you don't do any bloods, you don't do any documenting, you don't even write anything down. All you do is see the patient, hello, bye-bye, from greeting to safety netting, bye-bye. Okay. So in real life, in real terms, the CSA 10 minutes is equivalent to 15 minutes of real life. So if they truly want to prepare you for the CSA, then they should stick you on 15 minutes until you pass. Okay. Now, some of these guys are honest and they tell you straight away, look, I've got a service to provide. All right. I know your CSA is the center of your universe right now, but I'm sorry, over here, we've got to provide service, okay? Can't have you seeing 10 patients when you could see 15, right? So they're just being honest, okay? Well, many of them are gonna quote it in all this altruistic, oh, I want to make sure you pass, therefore, I want you to get up to speed, etc. Nah. I advise you to resist it until you pass the CSA, okay? Right. I always say, nobody ever became a GP without passing the CSA. Now, what do you do with this 15 minutes? Okay, all right, here's the plan. You're not expected to simply fold your hands or just spend all 15 minutes on the patient and there are 3, 4, 5 problems. Okay, now here's what you do. There are 2 websites you have to have open. Okay. Several other websites that you can have open that will help you, but these 2, CKS, that's nice CKS, all right, so that's nice clinical knowledge summaries, and NHS choices. Okay, NHS choices, let's start with nice CKS. So you're going to see the patient in 10 minutes, proper CSA format from greeting to safety netting. Okay. If you don't have a structure of your own, I imagine by the time you're in ST3, everybody already has a structure they follow. If you don't have a structure, I'm going to do another video where I describe the structure that I followed, okay? And so you go through the proper format from beginning to end in 10 minutes, okay? At 10-minute mark, bye-bye, off you go with the patient, and then gonna spend 1 to 2 minutes on CKS. The job of the CKS is to teach you how to explain and manage the patient, how to manage the particular condition that you've just encountered. The NHS choices teaches you how to explain and make a plan with the patient. Okay, it's very important. Now, I'm sure many of you can already tell how important this is, because the main reason for failing the CSA is the second half. The second half, here's how the MRCGP itself puts it. It says, commonest reason to fail is not developing an adequate clinical management plan in line with current best practice, or not making adequate arrangements for follow-up and safety netting. And it says here this is true for both IMGs and UK graduates. And as you can tell, as many of you know, that would be even truer for we IMGs. Okay, this approach deals with the second half, which addresses the main reason why people don't pass the CSA. All right, now there are two pitfalls I can see for this 15-minute rule. The first is the receptionists. The receptionists are going to tell some patients, oh, it's okay, you can come with 2 problems, 3 problems. I'm booking you in with one of the doctors who has a longer appointment anyway. So you need to tell them, this is not a longer appointment. This is still the equivalent of 1 10-minute appointment. I spend the extra 5 minutes documenting and preparing for my CSA. Okay? Now, so that's one. You need to, if you don't have any luck, you might need to go as far as telling your educational supervisor to have a word. Simple. Yeah, I did come across that. The other obstacle will be patients coming in with 2, 3, 4, 5 problems. Many of you would have experienced this. It's something else, you know. I don't think it's ever gonna stop. How to handle this is you spend those first 10 minutes. Now, I had a stop clock. With a count up timer. Remember, a countdown timer makes a noise at the end of 10 minutes, and you don't want to disrupt the consultation with a chiming bell, you know, beside your computer. Other people I know had something like you know, a tiny little app or a website on the desktop just in one corner, which would count up, you know, just so they could tell where they were at every point in the consultation. So what you do is you deal with the first or the most important problem in 10 minutes. CSA format, greeting to safety netting. This way you know where you are in the consultation structure at every point in time, you know. By minute 7, you know where you should be. By minute 5, you know where you should be. By the time it's 3 minutes to go, you know where you should be. And at minute 10, bye-bye to the patient, or you move on to their second, third, fourth problem, as the case may be. I will put all the links below in the caption box. And here is one of the offers that I'm offering to anybody who is currently struggling with the CSA. If you think you might benefit from, you know, having a one-on-one with me, you know, usually it would usually be via the telephone or Skype, you know, just one-on-one, even face-to-face if you're anywhere near Manchester. Don't hesitate to send me an email at ultimateimg1@gmail.com. I hope you found this useful. If there's any specific videos that IMGs would like me to make, please put them in the comment section. If you like the idea of what I'm proposing, I'd like you to subscribe. You can follow me on all the major social media handles. It's ultimateimg1 ultimateimg1@gmail.com. Thanks very much for listening.